Albert Burt Alvord was a lawman and outlaw of the Old West. Alvord began his career in 1886 as a deputy sheriff in Cochise County, Arizona, and later turned to armed robberies in the early 1900s. If you like the video, please think about hitting that subscribe button. Burt was one of 5 children, born to Charles and Lucinda Alvord on September 11, 1867, in Susanville, California. His father came from New York and worked as a prospector, mechanic, and eventually holding public offices such as constable and justice of the peace. The family moved often when Burt was a boy, following the mining business from boomtown to boomtown. In 1879, the family moved to Pima County, Arizona, and soon settled in the famous town of Tombstone. Albert's education was informal, but it's likely his father's cases about local law and Tombstone itself made an impression on the young man. In 1886, Sheriff John Slaughter, a successful cattle rancher, recruited a 19-year-old Alvord as deputy. Alvord served primarily as the muscle behind Slaughter's operations, and he made several decisions which revealed his lack of experience and finesse in law enforcement. He did assist Slaughter between 1886 and 1889 in capturing or killing several wrestlers and other outlaws, many times by quietly sneaking into their camps. But his reputation suffered when his alcoholism became increasingly apparent. He continued to frequent saloons and eventually began to associate with gamblers and suspected outlaws. When Slaughter reprimanded him, he quit. In 1896, a 29-year-old Alvord married Lola Ochoa, bought a ranch, and settled down, and once again became a sheriff's deputy. However, in 1898, his father died, and in 1899, Alvord suddenly and inexplicably resigned his post of sheriff. Almost immediately after turning in his badge, Alvord left his wife and turned to crime. He formed a gang with outlaws Billy Stiles, Bill Downing, and Three-Fingered Jack Dunlop, men he had once pursued during his career as a law officer. Alvord's gang committed several armed robberies in Arizona, including a train robbery where they pretended to be playing poker in a saloon, only to sneak out the window, rob the train, and then use the saloon appearance as an alibi. On February 15, 1900, former Texas Ranger Jeff Milton was riding in the express car of the Wells Fargo train in Fairbank, Arizona. Members of the Alvord gang attempted to rob the train, and in the shootout, Jack Dunlop was killed, and gang recruit Bravo Juan Yoas was wounded in the rear end. It has been reported that Dunlop gave up the names of the gang at the scene of the crime before he died. Later that year, Alvord was again captured and taken to Tombstone. Friend and fellow gang member Billy Stiles rode to Tombstone and wounded the deputy on duty, allowing Alvord and 24 other prisoners to escape. In 1902, Alvord assisted Arizona Ranger Captain Burton Mossman in capturing the notorious Mexican bandit Agustin Chacon in exchange for a share of the reward money and a reduced sentence. When Chacon was convicted of murder and hung, Alvord decided it was wiser not to surrender after all. Alvord and Stiles teamed up and returned to crime, now pursued by the Arizona Rangers. They were captured in December 1903, but again managed to escape. Alvord even made a crude attempt at faking their deaths, using the bodies of two unknown Mexicans. He sent the bodies to Tombstone, claiming they were himself and Stiles. However, nobody was fooled. The angry Arizona Rangers followed the outlaws across the border and into Mexico, trapping them near Naco in February 1904. The outlaws resisted, but surrendered after both were wounded in the gunfight. Alvord spent 2 years in the Yuma Territorial Prison. Following his release, he announced he was going by ship to start new in Central America. He was last seen in 1910, working as a Panama Canal employee. Following this, Alvord's fate is unknown. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you found some value here. Please be sure to check the description for some cool videos, and make sure you click that subscribe button so you don't miss out on new content. Thank you.